Alright, well we can't do a Soup special without taking a look at an animated Superman, so we're here tonight to see Superman Unbound. Very excited. Sonya, initial thoughts?
Oh look, I'm just really excited about this one. I like seeing a bit of Superman action, but honestly, it's all about Lois Lane for me. I want to see how they've interpreted her in this one.
Awesome. Al?
Well, it's always interesting to see. I'm looking forward to, Brainiac's in this one.
Yeah,
so,
very
you know,
cool.
you're going to have Soups punching on with somebody on the same power level.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's always a good bit of fun as well.
Yeah, well, after Dark Knight Returns Part 2, I'm excited to see what they're going to bring at us this time. So, yeah, let's go on in.
We were helpless. Our army threw everything we had at them, but they were unstoppable.
All right, I've just come out of Superman Unbound, the latest DC animated film. Guys, initial thoughts, what did you think?
Look, it's very entertaining. It's very light. It's maybe a little cheesy.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was entertaining to watch. I didn't mind it.
All right.
Yeah.
Al?
Yeah, look, I think there's certainly a lot of fun to be had there. I think it's definitely one they wanted to get out before the Flashpoint one.
Yeah.
Because I think that's going to herald a bit of a turn into the darker area. So they did want to get this story out because it's pre-New 52. It is a bit of fun. I agree, the dialogue does border on the quite painfully cheesy at times.
Yep.
Yep.
But I think that's all part and parcel of it. It's about a certain era, and it is just a fun era that it's trying to do.
Yeah, it is a lighter piece, but at the same time, I thought it could have gone a little darker, could have ventured into something. I mean, you've got, Brainiac. I'm not completely familiar with the universe, and I thought that he was, quite an awesome, ominous sort of character, and I thought they could have gone a little bit further into that. And some of the story arcs crossing over, I thought was a little jarring at times as well. With even though I enjoyed the introduction of the Supergirl there, I thought that was interesting.
It worked. It was a nice way to sort of add in a character and build on the relationship there.
Yeah.
And it also makes it more than just a Superman film. Like, you get a feeling of what it was to be Kryptonian, and that kind of, you get a different idea of the destruction of Krypton with Supergirl there as well.
Yeah. Did you think that this was a wise story arc to choose? Or...
Oh, well, I think certainly in a way, I mean, Brainiac is one of the Superman villains, you know, and he's somebody who can actually stand toe-to-toe with him. It's not like a Lex Luthor who maybe is superior to him in an intellectual sense, but can't face up to him physically.
Yep.
Brainiac can go toe-to-toe with him, and I think that makes him a good candidate for this sort of animated feature.
And do you think that then, Superman fans will be happy with this, Sonya?
I think so. I mean, some Superman fans may have issues with the fact that it was a little lighter, and having somebody like Brainiac being the big bad in this, he wasn't as dangerous, and he wasn't as ominous as I've seen Brainiac be in the comic book. So I wonder, they might be a little bit they could have pushed it a little bit harder, but I think overall it did encapsulate that wonderful kind of joyousness that you get when you read Superman. It was kind of funny. It was, there was some cheesiness to it. It was good. I think they'll be pleased.
So what did you think of the film?
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I had the opportunity to read the comic story that it was based on beforehand.
Oh, great.
And I think they really developed the story more and added a lot more elements to it. And yeah, it was really, really good.
Oh, actually, it was really, really good. I was really surprised. I liked it a lot.
Excellent. And you?
Yeah, I really liked it. It was really different from the other Superman cartoons we've seen.
I thought it was really fun.
Yeah.
John Noble's voice as Brainiac was really ominous.
Yeah,
I think it really complemented the drama and the conflict between the two. It was great fun. A lot of action.
Look, I think it was a good kids film, definitely.
Yes.
But because I'm not a huge DC fan, I think that sort of hindered my opinion of it somewhat. I found it at points to be a little bland and borderlining on boring. That being said, though, I am a huge John Noble fan, and him playing Brainiac was just fantastic because I love Fringe, and I also loved him as Denethor in Lord of the Rings as well. Great voice acting, I think, across the board from everyone.
With Matt Bowman as well as Superman.
Exactly, he was actually pretty decent. But I think the problem for me is that Superman is such a kind of a rigid character that you can't really do a lot with him, like even in a kids film or an adult film or what have you.
I thought it was all right. I kind of found some points a bit slow, but I feel the best moments were like the human moments, like the character moments, like with Lois and Kara's parents and the people from The Office especially.
Do you think that was an interesting choice of story arc to tackle?
I've always liked Brainiac, but Brainiac's one of those characters that I don't think a lot of writers really know what to do with or how to treat.
Yeah.
And this was a good Brainiac story. It
Yeah.
sort of was the defining Brainiac story of what this character was, what this villain was, what it meant to Superman as well.
Yeah.
And basically made him a credible threat.
I think it's a pretty well-rounded story. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, I'm not 100% on my Superman stuff,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know, it did, you know, the kitschy bottle of Candor stuff. You know, it's a great story, and it's a great Jeff Johns story. I think.
I think if you've never seen a Superman film or anything before, then you should go see it. But I personally, for me, just felt a little bit bland, a little bit boring, I'm afraid.
I did like the voice work. I didn't particularly like the design.
Oh, you did?
For
I thought
some,
it was quite cool.
I don't know. I think it was just his chin.
Oh yeah.
His
It
chin
was
got
very
me.
long. It was like Banana Man.
Yeah, it was just something about his chin that got me.
There was nothing in that movie that you needed to know before
Yep.
to see the movie.
Yep.
Hopefully this is no spoilers. Supergirl shows up,
Yes.
but that's quickly explained.
Yeah.
And then there is the origin of Brainiac.
Yeah.
There is the origin of what Brainiac did.
Yeah.
So it's not all of a sudden like, oh yeah, I know Brainiac, oh I fought Brainiac before, or I've got this thing in my fortress that Brainiac took care of, or anything like that.
Yeah.
There was no Brainiac in Superman's world when Brainiac shows up.
Yep.
And they explain that all.
Awesome.
So yeah, any kid watching this movie who's a Superman fan will be able to watch this and go, oh okay, now I know who Brainiac is.
If you have a kid, take them to the movie by all means. It's definitely a kids' film, I think.